Good afternoon, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Donathan.
And we are
Craving
Cinematics. First, before we get started on our movie review of Neerja, which Donathan and I had the honor of watching last night, I do want to give our condolences from Craving Cinematics to one of Bollywood's finest leading ladies, grand star here on earth, Sridevi, who starred in English Finglish, did pass away a couple of days ago of a heart attack while she, I believe, was performing. I do have to say that for those of us who are performers who love the stage, you know, there's would be no better way to go than doing what we love to do best, and that is entertaining. But heaven has gained a bright new star. We are praying for the families and close friends of Miss Sridevi, and sorry that you are gone from us, but you know, happy eternal life to you.
Yeah, and you'll always be remembered.
You will always be remembered, yes. So with that being said, we did watch the movie Neerja last night. Mm-hmm. And wow, that movie was intense from the moment we turned it on till still now. We are still feeling the intensity of that movie, and my goodness, I was kind of told what happened. You know, of course, we do spoiler alerts here on our reviews on these. So we did know that Miss Neerja was killed, but man, I kept waiting for it to happen, and it didn't, and it was just at the very end that they were being rescued, and the way that she died, you know, saving those 3 kids, you know, using her body to block the bullets from this crazy maniacal, just evil person, just full of hate. At the very last moment, it was what a waste. But the movie showing her strength and her courage to save the people that were on her plane, and the importance it was to her was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm talking a whole lot because this movie really touched me.
That's all right.
What did you think?
Well, last night as we were watching the movie, I posted on our Facebook page, Craving Cinematics page, how this movie is so intense. I didn't realize I was clenching my stomach the entire time. Yeah. To the point I realized that I was hurting. I was in pain because it was that intense. And it's the most engaging movie I think I've seen in a long, long time. Now, there are movies that I watch that I do get lost in. I get lost and immersed into the story and things like that. But when you have a movie that has that kind of intensity, that you get so immersed in it that you're feeling a complete range of emotions in it, everything from sadness to anger to happiness to just all over the place, it takes a toll on the human body. And this movie did that. It was so intense. I mean, it was just a constant build-up until the climax at the very end. And then you go into this heart-wrenching moment of the grief the family went through.
Oh, her mother, the strength.
Yeah, and the acting
that she led her family through.
The acting in this movie from all actors,
even the extras.
Yeah. The extras, the passengers on the plane, the police officers,
background people,
the antagonists in it, the terrorists in it, to the actress who played Neerja herself. All of these actors did such a superb job with this. I was not only pulled into the movie, I was so immersed in it that I felt like I was there and experiencing it, and it was just absolutely amazing.
I felt the same, and I felt like I was a passenger on the plane, and Neerja, as an American, was coming up to me, taking my passport and hiding it. The risks that she took with these terrorists with, guns, AK-47s and rifles, and they'd shown that they were going to, willing to kill, because they'd physically outright just killed 2 people, shot them with no thought or remorse.
No remorse.
And she still stood up to them. And at the young age of, she was short of her birthday by 2 days when she died. So she was 22. And the compassion that she had for other people at that age.
Yeah.
When I look at a lot of 22-year-olds now, and they're so self-involved, and would not have done what she did. The upbringing that her family, and that, it's been 32 years now.
Yeah.
This happened in 1986.
Yeah.
Surely the family has moved on. You never move on fully, but hopefully their lives have been blessed and have been enriched. But just amazing how they raised Neerja.
Right, and I have to give credit to her father, who really instilled the bravery aspect of her personality.
A warrior spirit.
Exactly. When it wasn't meant for a woman to do that.
And the mother said that.
And her mother said that. Is they rely upon their brothers and
as protectors.
As protectors and stuff. But she's the one who stepped up. Even to the point to where the terrorists were shooting everyone in the plane, she still thought about getting as many people out as she possibly could, staying behind.
She could have easily jumped out the door onto the slide and gotten away and left people on board. And she didn't.
And she didn't.
And you have to ask yourself, would you do that? Would you do that for others, knowing that your life is in jeopardy, knowing that you could save your life? Would you still stay on the plane or on a boat or, wherever, in the streets, on a bus, wherever a terrorist attack is taking place, and save other people knowing that you could lose your life?
I thought about that. Before I'd seen the movie, I would have said, yeah, I could do that. After seeing this movie, I don't know if I could, to be honest. It takes an immense amount of bravery and courage to do that kind of selfless act, willing to sacrifice yourself for the lives of others, and
knowing that she had a love.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. Yeah. You have to watch the movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch the movie. There's so much to this. There's so many facets to this movie concerning her past, concerning her current love, concerning all of the different aspects that revolved around this situation and this terrible tragedy.
I mean, he asked her, she read the letter while the terrorists were there, and he asked her to marry him.
Yeah.
And so even when she was saving these people, she knew that life was there for her. Mm-hmm. And yet she still sacrificed herself.
Yep. Without a moment's notice. Without a moment's hesitation.
Yeah.
The gunman come and he was trying to kill everybody. She wrapped those kids in her arms and blocked the bullets. And
then the last message.
Oh. Yeah. The part where she knew she was dying, and one of the children that she had saved told him to give her mother a message. And you don't know what the message is until the very final end, because they show that he's given the mother the message and everything, but the audio is deliberately absent there until her mother's speech at the very end. And she... As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say. If you haven't seen it, we've given away a lot, but we've barely scratched the surface. I'm not going to say what that message was. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see this movie.
Well, the impactfulness of this, even 32 years after the fact, it's more of a message for today with all the terrorism and all the hate. That is going on, and really think twice about hate.
Yeah.
People say things now. Social media, it's so easy to say something hateful when you're not looking the person in the face.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that it still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And hurt doesn't just affect the person that it's directed at. It affects everyone around that person, the family. I mean, I think about Neerja's family after she was killed, and her friends, the other airline hostesses, there with her, how it affected them, and probably for the rest of their life. So it's not, hate's not just directed at one person. It's a ripple effect.
It is a ripple effect, and it spreads so easily. So anyway, if you haven't seen this movie, please see this movie.
And in honor of Neerja, sorry, but in honor of Neerja, I wore my what's it called?
Kurta.
A kurta. I got my kurta on today. I have my kurta on today. Sorry, I got my thing. No, I have my kurta on today that is from my lovely friend Sharanya, and I think it's lovely. I just love this color blue, and it's the most comfortable thing. Oh my goodness gracious. And I feel so girly and feminine in it. It's so nice.
You're gorgeous.
Well, thank you. So in honor of Neerja, I wanted to dress a little Indian today.
All right. Well, I'm Donathan.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are Craving Cinematics.
Bye-bye.
Bye.